Hello friends, this lesson is on using octaves and melodies, and it really tends to thicken things up and kind of give you a bigger sound. Many guitar players think that playing octaves is an approach that's limited to just jazz guitar. That is not true at all. Hendrix did this a lot, Stevie Ray did it a lot. I've heard so many guitar players use octaves to kind of make the melodies sound much bigger. All that you're really doing is doubling a note. So I wanted to look at, today's lesson we're going to take just a simple guitar lick, kind of in the blues box sort of thing, and hear the subtle differences and like how it really takes it to a more sophisticated place in melody, playing octaves as opposed to just playing one note. So we're going to take a simple lick. I'm going to start here on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And I'm going to play this to the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Again. And I'm sliding up to the 9th fret on the 3rd string. So I'm playing 7th fret to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, sliding up, back to the 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 4th string, and back to the 7th fret on the 4th string. So the lick is 1, 2, 3. It's just a really simple kind of bluesy thing, Now we want to implement octaves, and we learned from our last octave lesson the distance. We did that lesson in G, right? But the distance is still the same. Now we're doing this lick in the key of A. So if you have this note is the first note in our melody, we can use that octave, right? Or this is a pattern that holds true as long as we're working on the bottom 4 strings. So if you have this lick that goes, now the trick with, or at least for me, learning how to play octaves has always been keeping it pushed down and not kind of making it and letting up and making it and letting up. So sort of hold that shape as close as you can to the fretboard. And here, how much it really thickens up the tonality of it. And that's a great lick. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from it, but it just makes it so much bigger sounding. And oftentimes a thing that I'll do is like play a thing and state the melody again and do it with octaves the second time. So oftentimes if I had a blues, I would play like 2, 3. was to play that melody line. That shape only changed because of the distance in tuning between the second and third strings. So I could also play octaves up here with this shape. Same lick, right? So begin to visualize simple licks that you have, you know. I never try to play octaves on, some of the really burning jazz guitar players can do that, where they play a ton of notes and it's all octaves. I don't have that facility with it, but you know, anytime that you have a sort of simple lick that you're gonna play, if it's like, octaves really go a long way. So it's not so much about changing the melody, so to speak, as it is just giving the melody different color as you go. And octaves are really fundamentally very simple. I mean, there's a little bit of physicality and visual getting used to doing them, and kind of the right hand thing. And again, we touched on this a bit, but everybody has a different method of playing octaves with their right hand. A lot of guys I know will mute the in-between string and just play straight through. Wes, of course, did that with the thumb. I prefer to play hybrid style with octaves and get the high note with the middle finger and the low note with the guitar pick, which is a little bit more effort, but it keeps it much cleaner. There's no muting, there's no strings in between to worry about. So the right hand approach is kind of up to you. You know, it's subjective. Everybody has what they're comfortable with. But so that's our introduction to using octaves and melody, and it really thickens things up. You know, it's not just a jazz approach, it's a universal approach that works great. You know, hearing the root note being doubled is, especially, I've noticed, especially on those bigger strings, if you have a simple melody, you know, say if you're in a 3-piece band format, or, you know, even a 4-piece band format, I noticed that Hendrix used octaves a lot to make certain melodies sound much bigger, and it's very, very effective. So hope you have fun with this lesson. Thanks so much, man. Have a great day.